What is BOP?
What is BOP?
What is BOP?
Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirul Fahim bin Muhammad Ali Khan. Our group would like to present about the balance of payment. Today, we will explore the component of the balance of payment to understand how it works, why it matters, and how it shapes the Malaysia economy. The balance of payment stands for BOP. So, what is BOP? BOP can be defined a systematic record of all economic transactions between Malaysia and the rest of the world over a year. It measures change in foreign liabilities and help assess the impact of international activity on the domestic economy. Compiled under International Monetary Fund guideline, it is a critical indicator of economic performance and sustainability. The BOP has three key components. First, the current account, which is tracking trade in goods, service, and income flows. Second, the capital account, which is recording capital transfer. And the last one, the financial account, which is monitoring foreign investment and reserve. This transaction reflect Malaysia's economy touch globally and reveal trends like trade balance, debt repayment, and grants. Our research explore Malaysia's BOP trends between 2023 and 2024, focusing on the current, capital, and financial account. This analysis highlights how the balance of payment shapes Malaysia's economic health, inform policy, and attract global investment. In essence, the BOP is more than number. It's the pulse of the economy. Let's now dive into the component and their impact on Malaysia's financial future. So we move to component of the balance of payment. The balance of payment has four major components, which the current account, capital account, financial account, and overall balance. Let's go through each one. The current account tracks the flow of goods and services between Malaysia and other countries. Exports are goods and services we send abroad and get paid for, while imports are what we purchase from foreign nations. If export exceed import, we have a trade surplus and positive current account. If imports are higher, it results in a trade deficit and a negative current account. This account reflects real, short-term transactions that impact the country's income, output, and employment. Essentially, it's measure of Malaysia trade performance and economic activity in the global market. Second, the capital account. The capital account monitor the movement of non-financial assets, like the purchase or sale of land and property. It also includes tax and transaction related to fixed assets, such as when people migrate and transfer assets across the border. This account often balance out the current account. For example, a deficit in the current account might be offset by inflow recorded in the capital account. Key elements here include foreign investment loan and change in foreign exchange reserve. For the financial account, which tracks the flow of financial assets and liabilities between Malaysia and the rest of the world. It covers direct investment, portfolio investment, and reserve assets. This account highlights the financial relationship Malaysia has with other countries and plays a key role in showing how capital moves globally. The last one is the overall balance. The overall balance brings everything together. It combines the data from the current, capital, and financial account to show whether Malaysia's international transactions are in equilibrium. A stable overall balance reflects economic resilience, while imbalance might indicate challenge requiring attention.
My name is Aidil. I will proceed the presentation with overview of Malaysian economic performance, focusing on the balance of payment for 2023 and the third quarter of 2024. We focus first on 2023. for the current account performance, Malaysia was record a current account surplus of 28.2 billion, equivalent 1.5% of GDP. This was primarily driven by a merchandise balance surplus of 136.2 billion, supported by export totaling 1055.2 billion and imports 9.9 billion. However, there were record also in current account 2023. It was also record deficit in service balance 43.2 billion, in primary income 52.9 billion, and secondary income 11.8 billion. As you can see in the table that I provide for capital and financial account 2023, the capital account remains stable with a small deficit about 0.3 billion. For the financial account, record a deficit of 15.5 billion due to significant outflow, direct investment abroad about 40.6 billion, portfolio investment about 36.4 billion, foreign direct investment inflow total 40.4 billion, but this was insufficient to offset the outflows. Reserve assets showed a surplus about 20.5 billion, reflecting a stronger external financial position. Error and omission record a substantial deficit about 33.0 billion in 2023. Next, let's analyze for the third quarter of 2024. For the current account performance in 2024, it shows surplus about 22.2 billion of 0.4% of GDP. For the merchandise balance, showed the surplus about 23.1 billion, supported by higher export to major trading partners. For the service accounts, showed lower deficit of 1.6 billion, boosted by increased tourist spending, reduced deficit in business, transport, and manufacturing service. For the primary income, showed a deficit about 17.0 billion due to reduced income from Malaysian investment abroad. For the secondary income, recorded a deficit about 2.4 billion. And then the capital and financial account. The capital account showed a balance about 0.0 billion, showing no significant inflows or outflow. For the financial account, improved with a smaller deficit about 7.5 billion. Outflow include direct investment 4.3 billion and other investment 6.3 billion. For the reserve assets, record a deficit about 2.3 billion, a decline from the 20.5 billion surplus in 2023. Errors and omission improved significantly, recorded a surplus of 7.6 billion, better than 2023.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Zahiruddin bin Zazuli, and I will present about the impact balance of payment. There is only two impact in balance of payment, which is deficit and surplus. The definition of deficit is when the total outflow of money from a country, including spending on goods, service, and capital, exceed the total inflow from export and foreign investment. In simple terms, the country spend more on international transaction than it earn. This situation is often linked to economy imbalance, such as a high dependence on import, weak export and competitiveness, or lower than expected foreign investment. So, we know a deficit can affect the stability of the economy, affecting the currency value and a country international reserve. So, the other impact is surplus. Surplus is when the total autonomous receipt, such as earning from export, foreign investment, and remittance, exceed the autonomous payment made for import, foreign investment, or external debt servicing. Surplus often signifies a strong export sector, high foreign investment, or reduced reliance on important goods. When it's surplus in balance of payment, it will strengthen the foreign exchange reserve and stabilize the currency in country, and the excessive surplus might lead to trade tension with the other nation. So, when occurred deficit or surplus in balance of payment, there are correction for that. Actually, there are many correction balance of payment when it's deficit or surplus. But I will point out only two. The first one is increased export subsidies. Export subsidies to exporter to increase the competitiveness and of exporter, as export subsidies make export cheaper and more competitive. Increase export, increase net export, and improve the trade balance deficit. The second one is imposing import tax. When a country increase the tariff, the price of import, and thus reduce the quantity of import goods, and the consumption of local product will increase when import tax make local product relatively cheaper.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Omar Hari Bemano, and I will be explaining the importance of balance of payment in Malaysia. Understanding whether Malaysia's currency, the ringgit, is appreciating or depreciating is essential for maintaining financial stability. This is where the balance of payment, or BOP people may call, plays a critical role. When Malaysia experiences a BOP surplus, driven by a strong demand for exports like rubber, electronic, or palm oil, the ringgit typically strengthens. This not only boosts investor confidence but also reflects a healthy economy. On the flip side, an excess supply of the ringgit could lead to depreciation, raising inflation and import costs. This is why it's vital for Malaysia to implement effective policies to stabilize its currency and support sustainable growth. But BOP is more than just a currency indicator. It's a powerful tool for analysing Malaysia's external economic activities. It provides a detailed picture of how Malaysia engaged with the world through trade, investment, and money transfers. For instance, Malaysia's positive trade balance, driven by a variety of export products, has been a significant contributor to GDP growth. However, relying too heavily on commodity exports can pose risks. By understanding these dynamics, policymakers can work towards long-term economic security and resilience. But not only that, another key benefit of the BOP is its role in shaping Malaysia's trade and budgetary policies. Balancing imports and exports is critical for economic independence. If a trade deficit emerges due to high imports of vehicles or machinery, the government can respond by imposing tariffs or offering incentives to strengthen local industries. On the other hand, a trade surplus creates opportunities to channel earnings into national priorities, such as infrastructure development or improving social service. This balance ensures that Malaysia's economy remains both competitive and sustainable. And last but not least, finally, the BOP helps Malaysia identify opportunities to expand its exports and improve its global competitiveness. Through careful analysis, the government can pinpoint sectors with growing international demand like tourism and develop targeted strategies to support them. This might include offering tax breaks, upgrading infrastructure, or encouraging technology adoption in key industries. With these measures, Malaysia can position itself as a significant player in the global market and unlock new economic opportunities. Thank you.
So, in this presentation, we have understand what is balance of payment, which is a systematic record of all the economic transaction between residents of that country and the rest of the world. You also have known there are 4 components in balance of payment, which is current account, capital account, financial account, and overall balance. Other than that, we also tell about the impact of balance payment, which is deficit and surplus, and the correction for balance of payment. And finally, we said about the importance about balance of payment, which is currency stability, investor confidence, foreign exchange reserve management, and policy making. I think that's all from our group. Thank you.